All right, Boker Tov and Shabbat Shalom. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a restful morning. John, good morning, brother. All right, so we are on day 115, Psalm 115. How awesome. Man, it's just wild. Doesn't seem like we're this far into it, but yet we are. All right, Denise, good morning. All right, let's give it one more. Joyce, good morning. How are you doing? All right, so let's get into it. Day 115, Psalm 115. Not to us, O Yehovah, not to us, but to your name give glory, because of your loving kindness, because of your truth. Why should the nations say, where now is their Elohim? But our Elohim is in the heavens. Where'd it go? All right. He does whatever he pleases. Their idols are silver and gold, the work of man's hands. They have mouths, but they cannot speak. They have eyes, but they cannot see. They have ears, but they cannot hear. They have noses, but they cannot smell. They have hands, but they cannot feel. They have feet, but they cannot walk. They cannot make a sound with their throat. Those who make them will become like them. Oh, we're going to come back to that one. Everyone who trusts in them. O Yisrael, trust in Yehovah. He is their help and their shield. O house of Aharon, trust in Yehovah. He is their help and their shield. You who fear Yehovah, trust in Yehovah. He is their help and their shield. Yehovah has been mindful of us. He will bless us. He will bless the house of Yisrael. He will bless the house of Aharon. He will bless those who fear Yehovah. The small together with the great. May Yehovah give you increase, you and your children. May you be blessed of Yehovah, maker of heaven and earth. The heavens are the heavens of Yehovah, but the earth he has given to the sons of men. The dead do not praise Yehovah, nor do any who go down into silence. But as for us, we will bless Yehovah from this time forth and forever. Praise Yehovah. That verse 17, the dead do not praise Yehovah, nor do any who go down into silence. So, I mean, this is a dual death type situation, as those who are dead physically and those who are dead spiritually. Hence the phrase that Yeshua said, let the dead bury the dead, you know. But the verse I want to come back on. So all through the script, this chapter, we know it's about to praise Yehovah, the one and only true Elohim, the one and only true God of everything. And I like this description here from verse 4 to verse 8. Let me reread this. Hang on one second here. I'll highlight it. I love this app because you can tag the verses, highlight it, and make it all a different color so you can find it. I don't know if you can see that very well or not, but so yeah. Anyways. All right, so their idols are silver and gold, the work of man's hands. They have mouths, but they cannot speak. They have eyes, but they cannot see. They have ears, but they cannot hear. They have noses, but they cannot smell. They have hands, but they cannot feel. Feet, but they cannot walk. They cannot make a sound with their throat. Those who make them will become like them, everyone who trusts in them. Now, bold, blatant, let me see, how do I say that? Blatant religion, such as like Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, all the even Orthodox Judaism, all of these things, they all have a thing that they worship, and we see this. We got in Judaism, they pray and worship at the wall and stuff. That wall's become an idol. That hand that they use as a declaration of protection. Buddha and the fat Buddha statue, and Hinduism and the 200 plus uh, pagan or false gods that they worship, elephants and all these other things that they make statues of, and then of course the statues of people that they make, either lying down, those big gigantic statues in caves and stuff that they worship, and the shrines and all these things. You got Islam and their black rock and Mecca and the thing that they all touch and worship and everything. And I mean, it goes on. Everybody's got one. Christianity has the cross. I mean, I've seen people treat that cross like it's going to save them. All these things, but yet the thing that stands out in that scripture is we already know it can't see, hear, smell, touch, walk, all this. But it says those who make them will become like them. Everyone who trusts in them. What does that mean? It means that they will become blind, deaf, no senses, cannot feel, can go nowhere, cannot speak. They will become dead like those idols are. No life, no breath, no nothing, both spiritually and physically eventually. And yet people, and I mean, and it's just as apparent in the church as it is in any other religion. I mean, if you ever see pictures of the Catholic Church and in the Vatican and stuff like that, man, they've got more pagan items and idols and everything all throughout the Vatican. It's insane, the paganism, and it's all Babylonian pagan stuff, everything. The Black Peter statue came from when they raided a temple of Jupiter and took the statue that was supposed to represent Jupiter, and they declared it the Black Peter. And everybody kisses the foot of that thing so much that it's actually worn the darkness off of the foot, whatever made it black, whatever they used, and it's a light color there. The crosses and everything. I mean, all these things that are used that they worship and treat like it's their salvation. All of these things. Mishpachah, we have to be careful that everything in our life, that we have nothing that even remotely reflects or hints to be any kind of idol like that in our life. And some things are. Addictions are no different. If you smoke, and I smoked for 25 plus years, I know the addiction of smoking a cigarette. I know that feeling of getting up in the morning, excuse me, getting up in the morning and having to have that cigarette, after breakfast or whatever, and always having a cigarette after a meal and throughout the day and stuff like that. And, that it was a priority. I put it above a lot of things and a lot of people. And even in some parts of my walk, when I first dedicated my life to Yah, I didn't stop smoking until a few years into my walk. And, it's any of those things, anything that we give a priority to in our life like that, that we have to have it or we just stress out and stuff. I mean, that's something that's become an idol in our life. So this is something that we have to think about and ponder on. You know, is this something that I hold even anywhere near equal status to Yehovah? Or is this something that I even hold above Yehovah? You know, Shabbat, you're not supposed to kindle fire. And yet people, they're going to have their cigarette. They go and they light their cigarette and they have their cigarette. And I know people want to argue about what it is to kindle, and I'm just not going to. It says don't kindle, end of story. So, you know, these are the things that what we as people who claim to be Torah keepers, who keep all the word of Yehovah, we have to get to the point of making the decision that we don't allow anything in our life or in our walk to hinder or to do anything to keep us from honoring Yah in any way, shape, or form, that nothing becomes an idol. And it's easy for stuff to become an idol. It really is. And so, Mishpachah, I pray as you go about today, of course, it'll be live this afternoon with the Shabbat sermon, but, you know, go and read this chapter for yourself and go and do an inventory of your life and ask Yah to show you, is there anything in my life that is even remotely like these scripture verses? Do I have anything in my life that is idol-like in any way, shape, or form that I need to get rid of or change or whatever the case may be? You know, it's something we should always check, always search out, make sure that we aren't putting anything or anyone in that position. Amen. So I hope you all have a blessed Shabbat, and I hope your Shabbat is just filled with the Ruach HaKodesh. And sorry, I'm thinking about the message today too. I hope you be blessed, and may everything that you say and do be set aside unto him, especially today, for this is his Shabbat. Be set apart, Mishpachah. Don't let your life or the world or anything in it distract you from giving him all your attention today. I love you all, and most of all, Yah loves you. Shabbat Shalom.